Another beautiful day at the Breadbasket Inn. I came back to base to do a little resource gathering. I think we are within striking distance of having everything we need to complete Castle Miranda. So I've got an empty inventory. Ooh, I have a almost broken elytra. So let's repair that. We'll need to buy some glass from villagers anyway, so let's go do that right now. Empty inventory, and yeah, all ready to get things set up for the final push. The walls are almost all in on the front. We just need to add, well, the backside. But I think we have all the stone that we need. We have all the stone, and a little surprise from Brickster on the roofing materials. He left me a present at spawn. So, but let's repair our elytra. And I'm just I'm not gonna bother selling anything. We're just gonna buy some glass. That should probably do it. I've been doing this to repair my tools instead of, whoops, probably shouldn't do that. Instead of going to the gold farm, it's just easier to come here, and I need the glass anyway. We need so much glass. See, look, there we go. We're already repaired. We're looking to get all the materials we need to complete Castle Miranda, with two exceptions. The windows, the window treatment, right? And the landscaping. And also terraforming. So terraforming is going to be grass and dirt, a little stone perhaps. We've got most of that already on site. The landscaping, we're going to need some flowers. We're going to need some light gray concrete powder, I believe already have. And what else? Some coral blocks as decorative blocks in the front garden. We're not going to do that right now. I know where to get them, but in fact, we might already have some. But we're going to focus on everything we need except for the landscaping and the windows. The windows are going to be really special. We're going to save that till the very end. I want to get the rest of the castle built, and then we'll work around it and really bring it to life. Get some black dye, because we're going to use this for blackstone. And I do have plenty of blackstone. This is what's gonna do it, right? So we need all these different colored blocks for the chimneys, the smokestacks on the roof, and then just a little bit of glass, mainly panes. Oh, why don't I have vines? I need to get vines. Actually, I think I got the azalea leaves. But the vines are going to be the hardest. Yeah, vines. If you put glow lichen on moss blocks, does that look enough like vines? No, it doesn't. It looks cool, but it doesn't really look like vines. There's a jungle near us here. Do we try to get some vines? I think we might as well. And it's not so bad, actually. I've already got a stack. And we're gonna sleep under the stars out here. That's just one tree. Wow, it's kind of fun, actually. Then we'll take these. And then we're gonna cut through the nether really quick. Wait for everything to load. So we're just on the other side of those mountains there. It's not really that far. But I came here because my good friend Brickster told me that he left... Really? Oh, it must be here. Yes. Oh, Brick, you're awesome. That's awesome. So, yeah. Brickster apologized. So this all comes down to the Cherry Grove biome. And I kind of lied when I told Brick that I claimed it. And he kind of made me pay him 10 shulkers of cobbled deep slate in return. And then he felt bad about it. And it turns out he found another biome that he really likes that he's building in. And he's kind of sick of the cherry trees now. So he decided to give me back the cobbled deep slate. That's awesome. That means I don't have to mine for another 4 days. Yeah. I think that'll get us going for now. Just in case it changes his mind, we'll leave the rest of those there. And yeah, that's what we need. We're going to camp out here for the night and then start the morning. Yeah. We're going to camp out here for the night. And in the morning, first thing, we're heading to Castle Miranda and we're going to finish the job. Except for the windows and the landscaping and the terraforming. Other than that, we're going to finish the job. Catch you on the flip side. Well, beautiful morning out here in the industrial district. I came out here to build another concrete maker. That's right, because the one that I built for the Draugen is at the Draugen, and that is about 10,000 blocks away from here. And I need some concrete. We're going in a different direction to get to Castle Miranda. I needed a little bit of white and gray concrete. So we've got that all taken care of. This is the last of the materials that we're going to be bringing along with us to the castle to finish off the work there. Finish. I keep saying finish, but make some progress. How about that? And since I'm the first one here, I get to do something that I really, really enjoy doing. Turning on the bamboo farm. This is awesome right here. I just love that. Look at it go. It's so much fun. It never gets old. And we will pick up so much extra bamboo just kind of hanging around. It's not really worth building this wall up any higher because, well, you've seen how much bamboo this thing produces. There's just no point. There's just, even what I'm doing now is a waste of time, really. So we've got all the materials we need to head back to the castle. I'm just going to wait for Blockmeister to show up. Then we'll head over to the castle. Nice healthy breakfast to start the morning here at the caretaker's cottage. Now, remember when the caretaker's house here was the only thing that we saw in this biome, looming large over the cherry trees? Well, now our castle is starting to take shape. All of the walls. All the walls, all the way around, just a little bit of the roof so far. You can see the scaffolding here. And some of these slate towers, actually made of gray wool instead of real slate. The only thing we have in the interior so far is a shulker monster. All of my materials that I need for this stone in this lighter gray color, and the roof materials in the darker gray. And some of the colorful blocks and decorative blocks are in the lighter colored shulkers. I decided to move my bed over here because keeping it over here with all of my precious materials was a little bit unnerving at nighttime. I don't think there's any place for mobs to spawn up here, and if they did, it would be too far of a drop. They wouldn't even risk it to come attack me. But just in case a wandering creeper were to come by while I was trying to sleep, I just could not afford for them to blow up all my stuff. See what things look like in free cam. All the walls, all the way around, and the roof line, you can start to see how that's going to look on these first two wings that we've got. And quite a few of the towers are all done as well. The main tower, the clock tower, that's going to come in as soon as we get the roof done. This section over here, I mentioned earlier, I didn't quite know what to do with it. I think when we get the terraforming in, it will blend in a little bit better. But it has this cone-shaped roof on it, like a half cone, and there's a lot of moss on the lower side of it. From the back side, it kind of looks like a church. It may have actually functioned as sort of a chapel for the castle. And when the roof is in, it really will look church-like. This tower here is quite interesting. It's one of the more medieval features of the castle. It's very, very prominent next to the clock tower itself. It looms quite large over this side of the castle. There's still more detailing to be done along the walls on this side that I haven't put in. Along the roof line, we've done some upside-down deep slate stairs there. On this side, we used hoppers quite extensively, like we did in the front. And that breaks up the stone. It adds a border. There's a ledge in the original castle that runs across the length of the border between the first and second floor. I found that hoppers really make a great way of approximating that. Plenty of windows here. Like the original castle had more than 500 windows, and we have accurately recreated the locations of the windows. The size, not as accurate again. The scale of this castle is a lot larger than the real size, but I wanted to have very accurate placement of the location of all of the windows. The windows we're going to detail after we get the roof in, and there will be there are a couple of different designs that we have available for that. I'll discuss them. For right now, the chains are a very narrow block, and also the metallic color, the dark gray color is kind of shiny, really offsets from the stone. It makes a really nice accent to have those chains in there. And it looks like a material that is a little bit narrower, so like a more narrower window pane going through the middle of the windows, whereas you would have thick bordered frames around the edge. So from in here with the sky open, there's quite a bit of light, but once we cover this all up, it will be very dark in here. So all of these torches are very necessary. And when we work on the interior, we will make 3 floors here, and we'll replace the stone floor with some more appropriate materials. How do you actually get into this castle? Yeah, when the clock tower comes in, that because it was built separately, it was built well after the castle was finished. So that isn't really the main entrance. There are 2 entrances on either wing. So there's going to be a doorway here and another one on this side here. Oh, and so up here you can kind of see from this angle what the windows will look like when there's just darkness behind them. Again, I find that if you use glass in Minecraft windows, it doesn't really look very, very realistic because too much light actually shines through. When in reality, when you're outside and the sun is shining, you can't really see inside. So we really want to have a dark, reflective look to the windows rather than something that's transparent that you can see through. And on the rooftop, I've indicated here the starting point for one of the chimneys. There are a lot of chimneys and exhaust vents, fireplaces, dotting the roof of this castle that I will be putting in. So I'll be organizing my inventory. It still has a lot of the materials that I was using to get the top of where the walls start to meet the roofs, and then of course the gray wool for the cone towers. Next up, I'll be working with the deep slate. We got all this deep slate ready. All this deep slate ready to add to the roof line. That is our big plan for today. We're going to work on the roof, and then we'll start looking at the windows, then the clock tower, and then some terraforming and the landscape. All right, I know that this is a lot of replay action going on here, a lot of time lapses, because the actual building of this castle in survival mode is quite boring. So I've tried to condense it in a way where you can see all of the things that actually have to happen, but you can see them happen a lot faster than it's actually taking me in real life. All right, next up, the roof. We'll get to work on that right now. Catch you on the flip side.